past few days we have had one of my grandsons of coming of age, and so we did a sweat lodge. And there's a lot of teachings in that associated with what you present to the young man inside of the sweat lodge. You have to understand that all joy and all happiness comes from the holy people. That's the only real source that there is for us to have joy and happiness. Äsken abendaisin no ei heti että sat seha neniki leidi äsken ajotan leeko että hastkiisa leo akone ei heti että kinalta no ei heti patati ahde at ego ei knalta ei hot ego ei heti vewotje akona ntken do jubetatit ei siitä otetaasta aina kun siinä ei heti penkiltä huilneet olleet. In the traditional teachings of our dene, when young men or young women come of age, where they are no longer children, where they have now become a man or a woman, it is that we have a special ceremony conducted for them. One is, of course, for the boy. It's not a great big community event. It's very private. And then for the girl, of course, it is that a lot of invitations are put out there for family members and that to gather and to celebrate the occasion of this young girl becoming a woman. For the boy, it's a heck of a lot different. And the past few days, we have had one of my grandsons of coming of age. And so we did a sweat lodge event for him. And there's a lot of teachings in that associated with what you present to the young man inside of the sweat lodge. And outside of the sweat lodge, of course, it's not a good thing really to talk about a lot of the things that he has to be aware of as he becomes a man. And so it is something that was traditionally done for our young people. But nowadays, that's not something that happens often enough. And teachings are very simple. I think that teaching about the responsibility of being an adult and eventually becoming a parent and raising children and how you have to provide for them and you have to preside over them, you have to protect them and be in a way that you can be an example to your family. It's very important to have young people understand that there's a lot of responsibility in that in bringing children into this world. And the other thing, of course, is the teaching of joy. Is to understand that to have happiness and joy, you have to understand that all joy and all happiness comes from the holy people. That's the only real source that there is for us to have joy and happiness. And you can't create your own happiness or joy in a positive way. There's a lot of things that people think provides them with joy and happiness, but they are so temporary and they have no value. And the thing about it is in building your character, you have to understand in the teachings of becoming a parent or a person that is going to be raising a family. There's a lot of responsibility. And of course, in the world today, we would encourage our young people to go to school and learn how to read and write and how to speak the English language. And the main thing, of course, is how to understand the English language. A lot of people just think that just learning English is learning English, but it's very important to understand the teachings of our people that everything is in four. So you learn to read and write it and to speak it and then to understand it. So those are the four things that you would learn to prepare yourself as far as to becoming a parent and bringing children into this world and being an example to them and to preside over them in a way that you can have the joy and the happiness that you can have as a family. And so the teachings that we provide our young people at their coming of age ceremony is some of these very basic responsibility of future responsibilities as they bring children into this world. And the other thing is that is very important for our young people to understand is that they must have some moral values. And when we teach it in the language of our people, we say, that means to be selfish with yourself in your way that you can be a moral person and that you don't do things that are not right and in a proper way. And that when a wedding and marriage is provided for you, the usually traditional way that was that marriages were arranged. And sometimes some people that were given to each other in marriage, they had never seen each other prior to the time that their families came together to bring that couple together at a marriage ceremony. And so the teaching is very extensive as far as when we talk to our young people, and it is that in the future days that we tell them, these are the things that you're going to experience. And the other thing, of course, is the feelings and that change, that the feelings that are very much emotional in a way that for a boy they might look at a girl a different way, and for a girl they might look at a man a different way. So it is that those are the emotional things they have to be aware of. And so these things are presented to the young man or young woman at their coming of age ceremonies, and to be aware that they have to be very much a moral person, and that when the right time comes, they will be given to a person that can take care of them or that they can make a life with, and as a spouse, and as a young man, as be a husband, and to be able to bond with your wife when she's finally when you are finally given a wife. And so the teachings of our people, when we do the sweat lodge for the young man and when we do the coming of age ceremony for the young woman, there's a lot of teaching involved as far as them now being of age to start families at some future date and to go about it in the proper way. And so there's a lot of teachings in that associated with the use of the sweat lodge for the young man. And so we constructed a sweat lodge. We had all of the uncles there and the cousins that were male, and of course myself. And I believe we did a fair job as far as giving him a ceremony and that he can always remember, and for what reason that the ceremony was performed for him. And it was all based on the things that we are told.
Hey, thanks for watching our videos. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss one of our uploads. Also, head over to our website, NavajoTraditionalTeachings.com. Sign up for our email list. Okay.